we actually got a little follow-up from the story last week. So Vanessa Bryant denies DeMar DeRozan from becoming the face of Kobe. So this is a follow-up story from last week. So if you haven't heard the news, Nike has signed a new 4-year deal with DeMar DeRozan, and they have said that he will be the face and the face of future Kobe Bryant sneakers for Nike's signature line. So after the news broke, Vanessa Bryant posted on her deleted Instagram post now saying, false, he is not the face of Kobe's line, no one is. So Landon, what are your thoughts on this new beef between Vanessa Bryant and Nike?
Man, I've had plenty of time to think about it because I've been answering YouTube comments from our last week's video, people saying this isn't even true now. Well, now it's technically not true. It makes me wonder, like, where this is what I was saying to people, like, where does Nike and Vanessa Bryant like really stand?
Yeah,
because we knew that things soured after the passing of Kobe, and the models continued to kind of go on, and eventually we saw them come to a close. Like, I think that was just kind of rolling out the models that they were already working on. Yeah, but just like, I don't know, I don't think it was sitting right in the whole. It was still very raw, like very new and fresh. Yeah, and like I just don't think it was sitting right with her or a lot of people. It's not like. I can see both sides. Like, I don't know. I think it's like one of those things where it's like, I was talking to my mom about it. Like, I mean, whenever it happens, it's all very raw, but then you start to move past it. And instead of thinking about the death, you think about the life, right? The legacy. You start to think about the legacy and the stuff like that. So then it's just like, how do you make it move on? And in your head, you're thinking like, I'm assuming that Nike's probably thinking, DeMar's been rocking Kobe's forever. Right. He only plays in Kobe's. Right. So he's the face without being called the face. Right. I think the problem is that they put a name to it. For sure. So it's like you could almost say the same thing if Devin Booker wasn't about to get his own signature line. You could be like, DeMar DeRozan joins Devin Booker as the face to rock another person's shoe band. Like, instead of being, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're calling them face of like someone else's shoe line, and the only problem with doing that is, did Kobe okay that? Right. Like, I mean, you can't. So it's like you're gonna sit here and say at that point, like, I kind of do see it. Like, you almost have to default to Vanessa, because I was in one of my comments, I was like, I don't know how much control or power Vanessa has over any of this stuff. See, like, I think because didn't like it went south, then they reached back out to each other, they reconnected, and they kind of started off some, because that's when the signed a new deal. Yeah, that's when the Mambasitas and then came out and stuff like that. And
her daughter got a whole line. And
exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So I'm assuming whenever that happened, there was some type of new contract in place. I just don't know what that looks like and how much power she has.
I know. I think she got duped.
Had the power to shut this down.
I don't think so.
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, I think she almost kind of made the deal with the devil, basically. Kind of like,
because he's saying like, as long as the Bryant family would be able to be okay with it, but like, so then you got both sides. It's like, look, it's not her. Contractually, it's not her right to be able to say, hey, look, you can't make DeMar the face of this, even if Nike wants to. And then on the same side, is it really worth calling DeMar DeRozan? Is it really worth calling DeMar DeRozan the face of the franchise just to upset Vanessa and like sour whatever was kind of what could have like come in the future? You know, it's kind of those things, just like bite your tongue, maybe. Right. Just like, or it's not big enough to like. Right.
Really, like, what's the point? What's the point of saying?
Is there more to gain than there is to lose? I feel like there's a whole lot more to lose off of Kobe's line than to kind of make.
Well, here's the thing,
frustrate Vanessa.
I think they needed Kobe's line, right? So then they mended with Vanessa, gave her what she wanted. She signed that. She signed the dotted line, and now it's like, hey, if you want Kobe's shoes to be manufactured how they were, this is what we're gonna do.
I don't even know that she really does. We don't know that she does.
I think she did. I think she did.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
That's how they remended it.
Is that how they did it? I thought so. Nike reached out to her. She reached out to Nike.
No, I think Nike reached out to her.
That's what I'm saying, because like I can't, like, obviously, I mean, shoot, we're sitting upstairs in a little storage unit, but I can't imagine Vanessa's hurting on money.
Oh no,
like she can't be hurting on money.
No,
so
it's all legacy thing.
It's not like hey we want to. Yeah, I mean, it's a legacy thing, and it's the same thing. Yeah, so I mean, I can see it from the legacy perspective, I guess.
Like, she wants Kobe's line to keep making shoes for generations to come. The only way to do that is to partner back up with Nike.
And the only way to make
you're not going to go Kobe and Adidas after his passing.
Yeah, and no one liked the way that the market looked whenever Kobe passed and the shoes came out, because they'd sell for like $1,000 or something like that. And I think that like the whole thing is, you want everyone to have access to your shoes, stuff like that. Like, you want some exclusivity, but like whenever it comes to a basketball shoe, Like, we're not talking about like the Jordan 1 off-white UNC whatever. Like, we're talking about a basketball shoe that's a really good performing basketball shoe on almost all fronts. Like, Kobe's line with Nike was the line. It was the line until like they stopped producing it and stuff like that. Like, some of the best shoes came out of that line of all the athletes that are in there. So I mean, obviously, even from just a basketball perspective, you would want that shoe to be to remain active, just like for hoopers, people like that. And we love testing out Kobe's. They always performed really well.
So it kind of brings up a question, and Fresh brings up a good point too, but I'm going to spin it just a little bit. So what do you think DeRozan feels being called the face of Kobe's, and then Vanessa getting disrespected? Should he be just requesting his own shoe now?
Well, there's no such I mean, I don't think there's such a thing as requesting your own shoe, especially not at his age. So the thing is, so DeRozan was actually an MVP caliber player last year for the bulk of the year.
He's older too. He's like 30s, right?
Yeah, he's
on his way out.
The KDs, the Steph Currys, the guys that are on the back halves of their careers that have been playing for a long time. But he was legitimately like, I mean, the Bulls were like number 1 in the Eastern Conference for like a lot of the beginning of the year. He was like top 3, top 5 MVP voting, just like literally balling out like crazy. So in that sense, you'd be like, oh, could this guy get his own shoe? But like, people like that watch the basketball landscape, they know that DeMar DeRozan's not going to get his own shoe. Not this late in his career, you're not going to start that. He's also not I feel like to some extent you either got to be really young and amazing, or you got to have the personality for it. Like someone who's gonna, like, you know, that people are gonna want to follow, and you're like an icon more or less. Ja Morant, you know, Tatum, Zion, Luka. Is Luka gonna be the best player ever in the world, or what? Like, you gotta carry some type of. You gotta carry some type. DeMar DeRozan, he's very quiet. He goes about his business. He doesn't really dunk the ball. He doesn't shoot threes.
Kind of like a Trout.
He shoots mid range. He's like He's like Kobe Bryant. He's literally kind of plays his game. He's mid range. He's like very similar. But I'm saying, you kind of asked at the beginning, like, how do I think DeMar DeRozan feels? I think this is gonna, like, I would feel incredibly awkward. I legit would not want to play in Kobe's anymore. Like, I'm like, this is weird. Now we got like Vanessa Bryant saying he's not the face of the brand. No one is. Kobe's Kobe, and no one's ever gonna beat a Kobe. She's like, hey, look, I was just trying to wear shoes because I liked them. And like, and whatever. But like, I don't want to cause any type of friction here. So maybe I'll just start wearing like the GT Jones, or something like that. Like, maybe I'll just, you know, go into KD 15s or something.
Yeah, it's
like,
a little.
It's just kind of. I know that it puts DeMar in a weird situation. He would not like that. Just from like, it's not like I got DeMar DeRozan on speed dial, but like, just from like the optics of just like kind of how he like behaves and stuff like that, he seems like a really, you know,
genuine,
just very like chill, doesn't want the limelight, doesn't want his own signature sneaker even, I would probably imagine. Like, he's just more so just out there to play, just trying to hoop and whatever. So I do kind of feel bad for DeMar, because I think it does put him in somewhat of an awkward spot.
It is. He's like, right in the middle of this,
she
like,
legitimately
beef.
Just says no, he's not. Like, and then I guess she took it down, and I'm assuming that maybe there's some type of contact.
Nike definitely told her to take it down. For sure.
You think so?
Yeah. Vanessa, with her opinions and how strongly she feels about Kobe, for sure, Nike's like, hey, you got to take that down, or we'll stop. We'll just stop. We don't care. We'll stop making Kobe's.
No one wins there, though. No one wins there. I don't think
Nike will win.
It was like a threatening situation.
No, but
like that.
I mean,
it was probably more just like,
Nike.
hey, look, like, maybe kind of know your, like, or like just like one of those things, like, just don't, you know, speak for us. But then again, she could say the same thing. Like, don't speak for Kobe. Don't say that he's the face of Kobe's line. She's like, no, it's not. And then they're like, don't speak for us. Well, you spoke for me first, and then you spoke for him first, and now it's gonna be like a
I don't know.
Like a he said, she said.
It's rough, man. I can't imagine that tension.
This stuff is so tough
poor
to
DeRozan.
walk around too, man.
Poor DeRozan.
This stuff's so tough to dance around, man. It's a very sensitive subject.
Well,
Kobe was just larger than life.
I just don't understand, like,
well, you know, man.
Who's Nike to, like, where's the communication between them?
Man, we firsthand know that communication in the workplace sometimes is just impossible for some people.
Yeah, but still,
I mean, but a brand that big, you think that, but at the same time,
dedicate at least one person to the relationship.
Who forgot to tell Kanye West the Yeezy Day was going on
know,
this year? Like, that's what I'm saying.
No, that's
like,
on purpose.
Like, no, but like, I'm just saying, like, I mean, it could be on purpose, but even then, it's just like,
I feel like the Yeezy one is on purpose.
But where's the communication?
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. It's
It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I think it's going to die pretty quick. I don't think they want to put a lot more of attention on this.
Exactly.
It's already been 2 weeks.
I mean, that's why she deleted the post.
Last week we legitimately did he's the face, and this week we legitimately said no, he's not. So now they're probably just going to want to be done with it. They don't want us to have a themed laced up episode DeMar DeRozan every single week.
Well, I could see it probably spark up a little bit when basketball season kind of picks up again and DeRozan's kind of walking in Nikes or
if he walks in and doesn't play in Kobe's, that's going to be hilarious.
Yeah.
Because he's been playing in Kobe's his whole life.
Here's the thing.
His whole life.
If he does it, they're going to bring this up. And if he doesn't, they're going to bring it up. So
no way to win.
He's screwed either way. But
he doesn't care.
Thank you guys for taking some time to watch.
To watch the full episode, click here. To subscribe for more sneaker-related content, click here. But until next time, peace.